Nowadays they just talk, but they talk about nothing. Nowadays everybody wanna say something. Goddamn, I'm the man and it feel like it. Give a damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please, I'm tryna get paid. Not today, not today. Nowadays they just talk, but they talk about nothing. Nowadays everybody wanna say something. Goddamn, I'm the man and it feel like it. Give a damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please, I'm tryna get paid. Not today, not today.
Yeah, what up? It's Billy Niz with the Square Off TV. And this morning, actually this afternoon, for lunch, I figured I'd bring you guys Sammy the Bull Gravano. And he goes in depth, in detail, on how exactly he does a hit. Let Sammy talk.
And they were assigned to me. They're up my behind 24/7. Decent guys, but every time I turn around, I spotted them or another car. I have to live a life. I go out in jeans, pair of sneakers, the kids in the neighborhood, kids playing handball. I go play handball with them. I go to job sites with construction boots and jeans, sweatshirt, a board where you check things on the job. I have a trailer on one job. So I get up in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm going out. I got my driver bodyguard who takes me from my house to a gym. I go to a gym, I work out, I meet people there, they know I'm there. Sometimes they're scheduled meetings, sometimes guys just know I'm there, so they pop up from different families. From there, I go to a Greek diner where I have another meet or two and see who's following me, where I'm going, and then I go to my office on Stewart Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. And I'm dressed in construction clothes so that if and when there's a case and they show my pictures, the jury will say, it looks like a working guy to me.
Very smart man. Very, very smart man. If you really noticed, on FBI surveillance, when they were being filmed, Sammy, John, all of them, Sammy was never really dressed to the nines every day. He was a normal dude. I totally agree like after he would get out of his work clothes, he, you know, he ain't wearing no three-piece suit, but he, you know, he's looking good enough where he's dressing good enough where a lady would be like, wow, he knows how to dress. You know what I mean? So, for all you geeks that didn't know that, Billy Niz just put you in the know. Let's watch some more Sammy.
That's what you're supposed to do. And I do go to work. I go to jobs. I don't physically bang nails in or I work with my hands. I'm a boss of a construction company.
He even helped the guys at the job site he was at when he didn't have to do shit. That says a lot about Sammy the Bull Gravano. He's a way better fucking man than John Gotti. My 100% fact opinion. Go ahead, Sammy. I'm sorry to just interrupt you.
Go meet foremans. I get on with the engineers on the elevator that shoots up 14 stories, and I'll go up there like I'm looking at the job, and I will have a meet on that job, a meeting. I do everything to avoid law enforcement and news media.
This guy was the smartest man in Cosa Nostra, in the whole mafia, in my opinion. He fucking won. He did. If he didn't get caught for that ecstasy shit, he fucking won. If, like, not for nothing, I don't give a fuck who you are. I swear to God, all these fucking prison channels, they talk all that fucking shit. If there were ever in Sammy the Bull Gravano's position where John Gotti said to you on the unit, listen, guys, even though we're co-defendants, you guys ain't allowed to read no paperwork anymore. And by the way, prison show guy, you're gonna have to take the hit for this, bro. I mean, I'm the boss. The streets need me. You gotta take the rap for this. Life without parole. You mean to tell me you would do it? No, the fuck you wouldn't. You're a fucking liar. And I'll say it to your face. No one would fucking do that. I don't give a fuck who you are. That's crazy.
That, in my understanding, is Cosa Nostra. And I think that is Cosa Nostra. Any of the old mafiosos would never do that. Be flamboyant and do that shit. So that's what I did. And then I would come back in. I had in my basement, I had a shower, I'd take a shower, I had to change the clothes. I would change my clothes. Nothing fancy, still, but a pair of slacks, Italian knit. I would get in the car with Big Louie or whoever.
See what I'm saying? Italian knit, forget about it.
Was coming with me, and we would go down New York to Mulberry Street to see John Gotti in the club. I couldn't get away from that news media and FBI because I just had a report. I had to go in there. What?
He just fucking said without saying he fucking hated going to Mulberry Street at the club John owned to go see him. You can tell. I'm very. A lot of people think they're very good at judges a character. You might be, but it's different from a professional yuppie standpoint than a street standpoint. You know what I mean? So you can't sit, just because you can read people in business don't mean you know fucking people 100% well. Like, the streets is completely different. So, and you can tell by the look on his face. I swear to God, I'm great at this. He was disgusted he had to go there because he was fucking putting himself out there for the world to see. The feds, the news, and that fucking idiot. He fucking hated going there. If you watched his fucking face, I'm gonna rewind it a teeny bit. Look at his face when he mentions John Gotti's club. He called it a fucking circus.
Work with my hands. I'm a boss of a construction company. I go meet foremans. I get on with the engineers on the elevator that shoots up 14 stories, and I'll go up there like I'm looking at the job, and I will have a meet on that job, a meeting. I do everything to avoid law enforcement and news media. That, in my understanding,
Him and John Gotti were completely fucking different. I can picture it probably drove him fucking just by these couple sentences. I can tell, like, he didn't like being around John Gotti. He did not want to be on the news. He wanted to make money and fly under the radar. Fuck the fame. Are we doing this to get famous or to make money? Let's pick up your balls and let's make some fucking money. Listen to Sammy.
ending is Cosa Nostra. And I think that is Cosa Nostra. Any of the old mafiosos would never do that. Be flamboyant and do that shit. So that's what I did. And then
He called John Gotti flamboyant. That's fucking crazy. He just basically called John Gotti flamboyant. A fanook. For all my Italian boys out there and girls. I love my Greek and Italian girls. But everybody knows that ain't the case with John. But he called him flamboyant. He loved the fucking light in the camera, people to see him, and Sammy was completely fucking different. His stomach probably turned every fucking time he walked through that door.
come back in, I had in my basement, I had a shower, I'd take a shower, I had to change the clothes, I would change my clothes, nothing fancy still, but a pair of slacks, Italian knit. I would get in the car with Big Louie or whoever was coming with me, and we would go down New York to Mulberry Street to see John Gotti in the club. I couldn't get away from that news media and FBI, because I just had a report. I had to go in there. What those meetings were about, what's going on in other families, stuff like that. I did that nonstop. And if there was work to be done, I was doing work. I mean, I could explain a few hits that took place that I'm not even supposed to be on the street with a pistol anymore. I did that. I grew up. I made my bones. I became maid. I became a captain. It's supposed to stop. I became the gunzier. You never see a gunzier on the street. I became the underboss. Personally, I don't know. I've never seen an underboss on the street with a gun. That's over.
Yeah.
But I was. And not because I wanted to be there, but because I was told to be there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I was the guy that people had to worry about. If you came looking for John, if you wanted to hurt John, people knew.
You ain't gonna bitch about being...
Be careful with Sammy, bro. And even if he's not there and we do it, we have to be careful that he'll come back.
Exactly.
So I'm
Sammy the
not a bodyguard,
ladies and gentlemen.
but in a way, I'm his protector. Another example of I'm put on the street again. John tells me that we're going to a funeral. And we go to this funeral. This old man.
I'm sorry, guys, if I'm stopping this so much. Like, you can tell. Just being a kid who grew up on a corner would be able to tell. Sammy, the Bull Gravano, did not like John Gotti the least bit. John Gotti was not Sammy Gravano's cup of tea. If he wasn't boss, if he didn't have to report to him, John Gotti would never see fucking Sammy the Bull Gravano. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. There's people out there that are really trying to go out there and discredit Sammy and all this shit. Like, not for nothing. Like, he really don't have to fucking do this. Like, I mean, he probably makes a fucking ton of money off YouTube and other things on social media. You know, podcasts, TV, shit like that. This house is fucking huge in Arizona. Looks like a fucking Pablo Escobar's fucking mansion. Unless that's all bullshit for TV. Let's listen to Sam.
From Italy. It's made in Italy. And I believe he's a made guy in the United States. He's under Johnny Gambino. And he was killed in his apartment house where he lives in a fight with his neighbor, another Italian guy, and his sons. So we go to the funeral, and it's old Italian style. They're all old people and stuff, crying at the funeral, the whole 9 yards. So John calls me over at the funeral. And we sit with Johnny Gambino, who's a captain. He's a zip, greaseball, whatever you want to call him. And he tells us what happened and who killed him and what, the whole 9 yards. We hear the story, and John turns to me and says, Sammy, take over this hit. We're going to take this guy out. Who killed this guy? He was a friend of ours.
This dude was a captain and an underboss still going on hits. Like, what the fuck is that? He's the one who should be sending the people out for the hits. And he says it coming up. It's fucking disrespectful.
Okay. I'm going to put a couple of guys on the hit. And you go on it and control it. Make sure it gets done. Okay. He's going to take this guy from Jersey, Bobby Kaburk. He's a made guy already, and he's considering to make him a captain. He doesn't know him all that well, and he wants me to tell him how he conducts himself on the hit. There's a few other guys on the hit. I don't remember all of their names, but it's really not all that important. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us, I think, on the hit. And they're going to take me to this neighborhood. It's outside Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. It's in another area. I'm not familiar with this area. But I'm in a car, and I go out there. And they show me around.
It was on the floor.
They show me the building where the guy was killed. And the guy who killed him is in that building.
It was small.
They know the car.
Look at.
They know his license plate.
They got a fatty to smoke.
And his sons own a more like a beauty parlor, hair cutting place or whatever it is.
You know what I mean?
On this major avenue.
I love you.
So I look
we
at the
got
building.
bigger fish for Friday.
Look at the neighborhood. And I go and I get out of the car. Don't follow me. I've never been here, so nobody will just know me or recognize me. So I want to pass by this haircutting
My
place.
fault, square off on me.
They park the car, I get out.
I totally forgot I was doing a motherfucking
pass it nice and slow.
video.
I'm stopping at different stores and looking in the windows like I'm shopping or something.
Ready to smoke a fat
And
ass
I get to their store and I go slow and I stop and I turn and I look in the window.
That might be the motherfucking thumbnail. Who knows?
Sure enough, there's 1 or 2 people.
See, what the fuck?
People in the place sitting at, looks like barber chairs or whatever it is. Somebody's in the back, they're washing their hair. There's the guy, that's probably his son. I walk and I pass it and I get in the car and I leave. At night, I'm told, right in front of this building, there's a whole spot there where there's no parking zone during the day. You could park there at night, but not during the day.
My bad, guys.
So they told me he parks his car there. So, he gets up early in the morning.
Happy fucking New Year, everybody. I totally forgot.
We pass by. Next day, I see the car.
Happy New Year to you and all your families.
His car.
From Billy Niz, my family.
Okay.
From the Square Off TV. Happy motherfucking New Year, bitch.
I passed the kids another couple of times. They have their pictures now.
2022.
Don't see both of them.
We're all gonna be born.
One of them is clearly his son. I set it up. The next day, we're gonna do the hit. Now we need separate cars. I'm going to be in one
all
car.
All the men are going to be slinging 10 inches of dangle of meat all year.
With a walkie-talkie.
And all the women.
I'm going to be a backup driver, backup shooter.
And we're going to have
There's going to be a guy
What
with
they
me driving.
say
He's
in
going to have a
Boys
gun.
in the Hood.
He's also going to
Big
be
country,
a backup
big
shooter.
country ass, big country titties.
Bobby's going to be in the
Boom,
passenger
yeah.
seat. There's going
It's
to be
all
a
that
guy driving
motherfucking
him, and there's going to
cornbread,
be
you
a
know?
guy sitting in the back.
And
Everybody's
next
loaded
summer's
up.
gonna be jumping, you heard?
Bobby, I want you to be the hit guy. Everything is ready. Big Louie is pissed off. Louie tells me, Sammy, for crying out loud, you ain't even supposed to be on the fucking streets. It's Johnny Gambino's crew. If something was done, he's got guys with him. Why don't they just do the fucking hit? Why?
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. He's gonna say what the fuck I just said earlier.
You gotta go on every fucking hit. Believe me, bro, I don't like it. I don't like it. But he's the boss, and he's ordering me to go. Yeah, it's not my position to argue. I told him once or twice I don't want to be on somebody's hits. But it's not my position to argue. He's the boss who tells me to go, I go. So that next morning, we're there.
Whitey Bulger.
Early in the morning. It's still dark
around
out.
the world.
We're parked in positions. We got the walkie-talkie
If
going.
they ran him off you.
Sit tight. A little while.
Both of them at the same
It's
rank.
going to become daytime. It's going to become time.
The world.
People are going to be coming out of these buildings. He passes me, gets to them, passes them.
Guys.
They're chatting, talking, bullshitting in the car, going very slow, and just cruising, and they're gone. More people are coming out of the houses. It's getting lighter. On the angle I'm sitting, I could see the front door, and I could see in that front door, the hallway, a little ways in, 4 or 5 feet. I see him. I see the guy who it's supposed to be. I saw his pictures. I saw him once. I'm on the walkie-talkie. It looks like him coming out. Don't overreact. You know him. Bobby, you start getting out of the car now. Open your door. He's coming to the front door. Step out of the car. He's opening the door and coming out. Do we confirm it's him? Yes. Bobby, move.
Our Thing with Sammy
And that, ladies and gentlemen, as they say, is that. I'm Billy Niz from Southie. This is the Square Off TV. Happy motherfucking New Year, bitch. I'm off this. I'm coming back later with another video.
And review the
It's gonna
podcast
be
you
popping.
enjoy. Thank you for your
It's
support.
gonna be gangster. It's gonna be motherfucking off the hinges. Let's get it.